HCTV Sports is supported by the Hastings Public House. Memories made local.
First goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
How was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike three.
Doblawi. Touchdown Raiders.
Hello everyone, welcome to HCTV Sports as we get set for a girls basketball matchup between the Hastings Raiders and the visiting Simley Spartans of Invergrove Heights. My name is Hunter Pinky. I will be your play-by-play announcer for this contest tonight. Just to be forewarned, I am doing a triple duty tonight. I'm doing announcing, directing, replay, graphics, everything. So if I'm a little slow with some of these Simley names, I apologize ahead of time. But we should have a decent one for you tonight as we get set for another Metro East Conference clash. The Raiders tonight are sitting at 10-3 overall in the conference, 16-9 overall on the season, while Simley is 2-11 in the conference, 4-20 overall. So Simley's having a little bit down of a year from what we've seen. They previously went to state right before the COVID season hit. So in a little bit of a rebuilding phase, as the Raiders have been trying to build on a very successful campaign. Been doing a fantastic job, especially out of the early season coaching change. Trent Hansen, athletic director, has done a fantastic job since taking over in that visitation game. As we go through starting lineups, there's Emma Baker for the Hastings Raiders running out. Here comes Laura Bozen for the Simley Spartans. Comes out Lindsay Wagner. She is a junior, standing at 5'10". Gwen Gorder, junior, for the Simley Spartans. Now here comes the heart and soul of this Raiders offense, Keegan McVicker. She's been a huge asset to this Raider team. And here comes out number 34, Glissa Gorder. Two Gorders on this team, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. And here comes out the lone Raider senior, Natalie Kafflish. It was kind of interesting. We were here on senior night. She pretty much had the whole senior night to herself, which is something you don't see. They all had t-shirts made. It was really cool. So why don't we take a look at the Metro East Conference standings for you. There it is on your screen. Matamita is at the top. They secured it last night with their victory. Hastings is second in the conference with 10-3 record, 16-9 overall, while Simley is at the bottom, 2-11 overall, 4-20 in their season. So you get a shot of the Lady Raiders getting ready for game action. We're set for tip-off. Hastings-Simley, in my opinion, is one of those upcoming rivalries in the Metro East. Especially for football, there's a little bit of chirping. Pretty friendly, but a little bit of chirping. You know it's pretty competitive. As we are underway here from Hastings High School. As the Raiders start off with possession, Kafflish dumps it into Strain. Back out to McVicker. McVicker inside pass to Baker. Dump back out to McVicker. To Wagner, deep three. No go. That'll be an air ball as Kafflish can't corral that one back in for the Raiders. Be inbound Spartan possession. Bozen looks to take it up court. She's one of the prime targets in this offense as it's dumped out to Renslow. Renslow, a pretty popular name with Caden as well, who's a hockey star and football star. Spartans looking to get something going, but that heavy Raider pressure early as the ball goes by our camera operator, Ian, down there. The Raiders will take possession. Keegan McVicker not rocking her usual long sleeve getup. She's voted to take the short sleeve route tonight. You see this team enough, you kind of notice those little things with this team as the Raiders back on the attack. Scoreless with just under 17 minutes left to go in this contest, in this first period. Excuse me. Baker looking to set up the offense, dumped out to Kaflish. Back out to Wagner. Wagner looking for a lane. They're taking their time tonight, no shot clock, which in my opinion needs to happen, and it will next season. Dumped into Strain as Strain can't get the two to go. Rebound off the bottom of the backboard. And it's going to be a whistle. It's going to be a travel, and that'll go to the Simley Spartans. No score yet. The Raiders come into this game averaging 54.6 points a game. It's a little surprising they don't have anything on the board yet. Simley's averaging 32.5 in this one. As they can't get that one to go, turned over to the Raiders, that is Baker. Back out to McVicker, who's on the attack. McVicker out to Kaflish. Slowing down the offense a bit. Inside pass to Strain, can't get it to go, and that'll be a turnover to the Simley Spartans as they lose it once again, but finally corral it. That'll be Bozen taking it up court, dumped out to Lawrence. Takes a three and she gets it to go. So Simley on the board first after almost 2 minutes of play as it's dumped back out to McVicker. Deep three, no go. As Strain fights for possession, and they're going to rule her out of bounds, so that'll become Simley possession. There's a shot of Natalie Kaflish for the Raiders as the Spartans are set to inbound. We are also live tonight on Town Square Television. Thank you guys for picking up our broadcast tonight. We really appreciate it. It's nice that community media stations help each other out. That'll be the first foul of the game. That foul will go against Natalie Kaflish. As Kaflish gets the word from Coach Trent Hansen. There's a shot of Coach Hansen down there. As the Spartans back on the attack. Looking to set something up, but the Raiders running the press. As a foul is called. That'll be ruled against Keegan McVicker. The Spartans will inbound. Fight for the ball, and that's going to probably be a jump ball. That'll be Raider possession. Excuse me, it's actually awarded to Simley. As they go on the attack, can't get it to drop. Strain takes good, immediately turns it over. Bad decision as Bozen takes possession once again. A lot of pressure. They can't get breathing room as Renslow just completely smothered by the Raider defense. As the Spartans will inbound, there's a shot of Avery Renslow, who is a junior. Rachel Notch will check in for the Raiders alongside Monica Cheney. Spartans on the attack, 3-0 lead, 14:30 left to go in this first half. Inside pass, dumped back outside the arc. Makes a move, can't get it to go. Kaflish manages to save that. That was pretty close to the line as Raiders make their way back up court. Kaflish takes a three. No good. Rebound and Strain gets it to go. Raiders are on the board. 3-2 Simley early in this first half. Bozen pass to Gorder as we get a whistle. There's a shot of Simley coach. That is Ed Cassidy. I think we've talked about it here beforehand, but when this ball gets past the stands, it runs a mile. We're kind of surprised they don't have any ball boys or ball girls to corral those on some of these game nights. If it goes far, a player's chasing that. That's dumped out to Notch. Notch back, inside pass, and Strain gets it to go. Bozen makes her way up court, dumps it out to Renslow. Dumped back out to Gorder. Inside to Glissa Gorder. I will work on pronouncing the sister names because there are two Gorders on this roster. Dumped outside Renslow for three, can't get it to drop. Raiders will take possession, 4-3 lead. Raiders also have 3 fouls in this game as another three-point shot goes off the rim. Pass from Strain is tipped to Notch. Notch inside pass back to Strain. Dump back out, three-point shot. No good as it's turned back over to the Raiders as Baker gets the layup to go. 6-3 lead for the hometown Hastings Raiders. As well, if anyone's watching on YouTube tonight, if you have any name pronunciations that I'm screwing up, please let me know. Like I said, I'm doing triple duty tonight, so I want to make sure we give these kids the proper respect as Renslow dumps it back out to Gorder. Bozen dumps it out to Gwyn Gorder. Excuse me. Renslow. Back to Gorder. Lawrence dumps it out but is fouled as we get a few subs. As we get a plethora for the Spartans. As we get Kate Reuter checking in for the Hastings Raiders. She's a sophomore. As Haley Strain checks out for the Hastings Raiders. Now Bozen looks to get space. Raiders playing pretty tight defense. Dumped out. Maynard. That passes out to Blevins. Turnover. Raiders with possession. Notch can't keep it in check. Turned right back over to Bozen. Bozen dumped out to Lawrence as there's a three-point shot. Can't go. And we'll get a whistle. There's a shot of Kayla Buck. As the Raiders are set to inbound. As Reuter takes it up court. Dumps back out to Swanson. Swanson to Baker. Baker, two-point jumper off the rim. That's taken back by Swanson. That's Notch. Back to Swanson. Back to Reuter. To Swanson again. Deep three, and she gets it to go. Nice deep three by Sophia Swanson. Let's take another look here at that three-point shot. Yeah, she was a good few feet off. Nice move, gets it to go. Great early start for the Hastings Raiders. After a few point dry spell, they have really started to take control of this game with a 9-3 lead. But also, while we have a stoppage of the action, we want to remind our viewers, HCTV Sports is supported by the Hastings Public House. Memories made local. Thank you so much for supporting HCTV Sports. Your support is vital for us to continue providing the coverage we do. We want to make these kids feel like superstars, and we think we do a pretty good job at that, but we can't do that without the support of our fans. As I see Josh Colvin out in the crowd. I was talking to him a little bit pregame, and his voice sounded pretty destroyed from the hockey playoff game last night, where the boys hockey team unfortunately had their season ended by Rochester Century 5-4 in double overtime. As Simley is on the attack. Dumped out inside pass to Buck, and Buck gets it to go for 2. As the Raiders take it back up court, 9-5 game in favor of the Hastings Raiders. As a Spartan falls down, and that shot is no good, and that'll go out of bounds as we get a few substitutions. Don't have numbers at the moment. I believe it was a bunch of Simley substitutions. Simley on the attack. That one is good for 3. That was McVicker. Simley on the attack once again. As we get a stoppage. That three-pointer drops. Apologize, we are having some issues with our stream currently. We're working to get that back up. As that one's turned over. That's a foul. That'll send Raider to the line. Swanson will go. First one rims out. Get a couple substitutions. Swanson. That one goes. She gets 1. Apologize, we're still having some stream issues. That one's a foul. That one can't go. Raiders on the attack. McVicker out to Swanson, excuse me, back out to Wagner. Raiders inside, McVicker. Doesn't get it to drop. As there's a 8:04 left to go in this game, or in this first half. Simley with possession, working to take it up court. Bozen gets that pass blocked. McVicker fights for it as Bozen goes to the ground. As we get a couple substitutions, Haley Strain will check back in for the Raiders. Simley working their way back up. Looking to get the offense rolling once again. Raider possession. As that one goes, Haley Strain. Simley with possession. As we get a few substitutions. Simley inbounds. Turned over to Raiders. Hastings on the attack. Three-pointer won't go. That was Lindsay Wagner on the attack. She goes to talk to Coach Strain. Or excuse me, Coach Hansen. I am sorry, folks. I am troubleshooting 5 different things all at the same time. Our stream is not working. I'm announcing. I'm doing a lot right now and trying to figure this out and call a game at the same time. As that one won't go for Simley. That's going to be a whistle. And that's going to be an inbound. That one won't drop. As Simley takes it in, can't get it to go. Dump back out. Buck with possession. Back out to Renslow as she gets that one to drop. Raiders taking it back up court. Bozen dumped in. .450 left to go in this first half. as the Raiders on the attack once again. Dumped in by Kafflish to Strain, but she loses control. Jumper, and that's blocked. Pass back out to Baker, but turned over to Buck for the Simley Spartans. As we get a few substitutions. McVicker checks back in for Hastings. Cheney and Reuter also check in. Strain out of the game. Simley on the possession. Yes, as we get an inbound from Simley. Simley looking to get inside. Simley trying to get it to go, but that's turned over. That's going to be Notch as they're going to call a jump ball. They'll give that to Hastings. Raiders on the attack. Baker. Raiders slowing it down a little bit. 3 minutes left to go. As Kafflish takes that one, that's an air ball. As it's given right back to Simley. Bozen dumps it in. Simley taking their time. As the Raiders can't corral it, and that's going to be a whistle in. We get a few substitutions. Number 34, Alyssa Gorder checks back in. As that's turned over to the Hastings Raiders. Dumped into Baker, who gets that one to go. And she's going to go to the line for 2. Fouls are at 5-3. Raiders have 5. Simley has 3. That one, excuse me, she only went for 1, but that one is good. Simley back on the attack. 21-10 lead for the Hastings Raiders. Simley goes for 3 and doesn't get to drop. That was Renslow on the shot attempt. And that one goes. That's Keegan McVicker. As the Raiders take it back up court. That one goes. That's Baker for the 3. So we get another look at that three super fast. Nice three-point shot. As Simley goes back on the attack. Turnover to Hastings. Deep pass. Corralled by Baker as Kaflish takes a jumper and she gets it to go. And that's going to give us a timeout. Simley will take that one. Raiders up big with a minute left to go in this first half. Simley looking to get back in this one. Excuse me, I believe that might actually be head coach Ed Cassidy. Apologize for the confusion. A lot of info gathering trying to happen here at HCTV Sports. So get a shot at the senior banner and the 2022-23 Hastings Raiders. We have a decent crowd on hand tonight. It's a nice thing about Hastings Simley as a matchup is it's not a very far drive. It's about 15 minutes or so for fans and teams alike. Like I said, great crowd on hand as we gear up for section time, which starts next week. The girls' first matchup should be slated for March 1st. Most likely they will be taking on Park, either at home or away. Depends how they seed it. Could go either way since Park does hold the tiebreaker over the two for beating Hastings earlier in the year, but sections can be seeded how kind of differently sometimes. As that three goes. Nice three by Glissa Gorder, or excuse me, Cassidy Maynard. McVicker looking to take it in. Slowing down the offense a bit. Deep three, and that one is good. As we get set for the end of the first half. Hastings took a big first half lead in this one as the Raiders look to improve to 17-9 on the season and end their regular season on a high note. The Simley Spartans are going to have to do a lot of work to crawl back into this game. So at half, Hastings leaves 32-13 over the visiting Simley Spartans. Don't go anywhere as we will have more second half action coming your way. This is HCTV Sports.
At Hastings Community TV, we have been telling the story of Hastings since 1983. By supporting HCTV, you are supporting weekly live high school sports coverage, community events, original shows like Take a Hike Mike, Man on the Street, Aprons Optional, and Around the Mic. You are also contributing to coverage for school events, graduation, prom, school board meetings, and the student-run broadcast journalism course, The Echo.
HCTV is your one-stop shop for all things local government. This coverage includes city council and other local government meetings, forums, PSAs, local news packages, and so much more.
HCTV also provides virtual alternatives to in-person viewing for notable events around Hastings. We make all of our content viewable to everyone by putting it on TV, YouTube, Facebook, and our website for on-demand viewing.
With more and more people cutting cable each year, a major source of our funding is continuing to decline. Your support is vital to keeping our small nonprofit sustainable. If you would like to give a donation, you can go to hastingstv.org/donate. To learn about our sponsorship program, where your business will be recognized in our programming, check out hastingstv.org/sponsors.
Hi, I'm Dave Wilski, Chief of Police in Hastings, Minnesota. Fentanyl and other opioids are here in Hastings. Our police officers, EMTs, and firefighters respond to dozens of overdoses and poisonings every year. To date, for 2022, Hastings Police Department officers have responded to 45 reported overdoses in our community, and you can help. Call 911 if a friend or loved one is overdosing. Minnesota's Good Samaritan Law, also known as Steve's Law, provides limited protection to people who call 911 and/or administer naloxone in response to a suspected or known drug overdose. You can report drug problems anonymously as well. Use our TIP 411 system to make a confidential report. Text the word Hastings and your tip to 847-411. For additional resources, contact United Way's 24/7 helpline by dialing 211 to find resources in and near Hastings. Remember, one pill can kill. Let's work together to stop opioid overdoses and poisonings in our community.
Welcome back to HCTV Sports. Did a lot of talking there. We got to hit recording. Thanks, Ian, for reminding me tonight. Let's take a quick look at the section bracket for the Hastings Raiders. As I was talking about earlier, they have a 2-2 section record, 16-9 overall. Most likely, they will be fighting for a spot with Park. Park has a 1-5 section record, 11-13 overall. The argument could be made Park will host that game over Hastings due to them beating them earlier in the season, but the section records does say it all as well. Hastings has the clear better record. But we've seen it before with Raider Sports. We always get seeded semi-poorly. We saw it with baseball last year. We got seeded the 4th seed with a 17-3 overall record. We understand common opponents and they try their best, but sometimes, it should be a little bit more clear in how it should go, as Raiders take possession immediately. And they get that one to go. That was Natalie Kafflish on the jumper as Simley takes it back up court. 34-13 lead early in the second. Simley on the attack. Bozen, dumped out. Renslow with possession. Looking to get something going. Dumped back to Bozen. Looks to get a move, can't. Turnover. That's Kafflish to Wagner. Wagner looking to get a jumper going. Doesn't get it to go. That's going to go out of bounds. Talked about it earlier. That ball can run down the track. Thankfully, it hit the back wall as Renslow throws it back in. Natalie Kafflish is set to inbound for the Hastings Raiders. McVicker can't corral it, and that's turned over to Simley. Bozen looking to get space, looks to go for a jumper, but doesn't. Inside pass, left wide open, doesn't take a shot, and that is turned back over to the Hastings Raiders. Keegan McVicker takes it up court. And this is kind of where we see that shot clock could be implemented. Raiders are taking their time. They're in no rush with a decent-sized lead early in the second. Kafflish out to Baker. Baker inside pass to Strain, and she is fouled and will go to the line for 2. Haley Strain, only a sophomore, alongside Keegan McVicker. So 2 of the core pieces for this Raiders offense will be here for the years to come. As you can see, the other sophomore, Keegan McVicker, right behind her. That one goes. There's a shot of Hansen chatting with Wagner. As we go for the second free throw attempt, and that one doesn't go. Simley takes possession. 35-13 lead. Fouls are 1-0. Simley with the first foul of the second half. 16-12 left to go. Renslow charges, dumps it back out to Gorder. Bozen dumps it to another Spartan. And they're going to call for a foul. They're going to call a hold. That's called on Natalie Kafflish. That's her second. There's a shot of the Simley coaching staff. There's Natalie Kafflish, the one who committed the foul. That one's tipped, stolen away as McVicker takes it up court. And that one won't go. Strain can't get the rebound as Simley takes possession once again. Bozen stuck in between two Raiders, and that's called a jump ball. There's a shot at Bozen. We also apologize for the technical issues we've had tonight. Like I said, it seems on the night we're running thin on crew or having to shift very quickly as the nights we kind of have issues. As Reuter dumps it out to McVicker. Reuter looks for a pass, but McVicker takes it herself, can't get it to go. And that's going to go out of bounds. Lindsay Wagner gives way to Natalie Kafflish. Kafflish, as we mentioned earlier, the lone senior on this Raider team. That's going to be called a jump ball as the ball is kicked right in front of our camera operator, Ian. And we're going to get a few substitutions. As I believe, that's Haley Strain who checks out. Renslow taking it up court. Renslow also a junior, so she will be around next year if she chooses to play, as Bozen can't get that one to go. McVicker takes possession, deep pass. Can Reuter get there? Yes, she does. Outside pass won't go. Tried to get it to Lindsay Wagner, but could not. Lindsay Wagner is a junior for this Raider squad. Simley with possession, 13-35 deficit for the Spartans. Fouls 1-1, 14:56 left to go in the second half. Bozen, inside pass, that is stolen. McVicker looking to get inside for the layup, and she gets it to go. That's why the offense runs through Keegan McVicker. She has a strong height advantage, second tallest Raider on this team, which gives way to Haley Strain, who is 6'2". Pays to be tall, people. As Bozen gets that to drop for two. 15-37 in favor of the Raiders. Still a little time to narrow that gap, but being down 17, you're going to have to, actually way more than 17. You're going to have to start working your way back into this one now. Math is hard as the Raiders get that one stolen away. Let's take a look at that last breakaway sequence. As you can see, McVicker steals it and gets the layup to drop. There's a shot of our non-working shot clock yet, since the rule hasn't been implemented. It's a day I look forward to, just because it'll make high schools basketball a little bit more competitive, as McVicker takes a tumble. Thankfully, she seems okay. As Kafflish sets to inbound, and she does. Three-point shot, and good! That is Lindsay Wagner. Bozen Slows down the offense, looking for a lane. As that one goes for two. That was Renslow. Raiders on the attack. And that one goes out of bounds. Just a reminder for our viewers too, this is our actually last scheduled game to cover for the season as of now. Playoffs always get a little bit tricky with region secretaries and trying to line all that up. But we are planning to cover some more Raider girls basketball for sections. But it is up in the air currently at this point. But we are loosely looking at it. But for now, this is our last hard scheduled game. We want to thank you all for joining us this season. It's been a record-breaking winter season, one of our highest viewership seasons. As, Bozen takes a hard hit to the ground. She is fouled. We hope she's okay. That did not sound great. Yeah, she's gonna check out for her own safety, which I think that is the right decision. Hopefully she can get back in this game. She is a key piece for this Simley Spartan offense. Simley, inside pass to Gorder. Dumped back out to Renslow. Simley outside the arc. Slowing it down. If you're a Spartan, though, if you want to try to get back into this game being down 20 plus, you got to start working a little faster. As that three is off the rim as Reuter takes possession, dumps it out to Baker. Baker, pass out, three-point shot, and off the rim. Swanson on the attempt, and that's a fight, and that should be a rule to jump ball. As we get a few substitutions, Haley Strain checks back in, and number 15, Mara Jackson, checks in as well. There's a shot of Jackson. 12:01 left to go in the game. Raiders looking to get something going as they get the... No, excuse me, they missed that one. Simley, Bozen with possession. Ooh, she takes another hit. Yeah, she's playing a pretty physical game tonight, and thankfully she's okay. So we get set for a free throw. Hastings leading in fouls 3-1 as we get another substitution. Number 34, Glissa Gorder checks in for the Spartans. That one's good. Raiders on the attack end. They lose control and that'll go out of bounds. Should be Spartan possession. And it will as they take it back up court. 11:30 left to go. 40-18 lead for the Hastings Raiders. Bozen looking to get in, dumped back out, three-pointer shot and doesn't go. Simley, get room, Buck dumps it to Renslow, who takes a three off the rim, and that will go back to the Hastings Raiders. As Notch takes it up court. And then the three-point shot won't go. As Baker takes it inside, won't go in. I think Haley Strain just took an elbow to the face, so she will go to the line. See what if we can see what happens on that. Yeah, she kind of got bumped and enough to draw the foul to send her to the line. First one, it bounces and it's good. As Strain goes for the second shot. That'll be turned over to Buck for the Simley Spartans. Lawrence, back to Renslow, back to Bozen, dumped out to Gorder, to Renslow, inside pass to Buck, and she can't get that to go. Turned over to Haley Strain, and Rachel Notch could not corral the pass, so that'll be Simley Spartan possession. A little sloppy on that one. There's a look at one of our camera operators, Will Celine. He's actually a high school student helping us out tonight. He's been doing great work. He's been working with us since last summer as the Simley Spartans will inbound. And that one's good from Bozen. We have a wonderful crew at HCTV, and we're doing the best we can to bring you the best live sports coverage possible. As the inside pass can't go to Strain, as there's a fight for it. Jackson gets on it, but that'll be a jump ball. That'll go to the Simley Spartans. There's a shot of Renslow looking to inbound it. That's Lawrence taking it up court. 9:50 left to go. And she will be called for a hold. As we get a substitution, Keegan McVicker will check back in alongside Lindsay Wagner. There's McVicker. There's a shot of our other camera operator, Max Locum. He's running wide tonight. Thank you for helping out tonight. Since it's our last, for sure, planned game of the winter season, we want to make sure we shout out our production crew when we can. Winter's our longest season, so we want to make sure we highlight those who make this possible as McVicker takes it back up court. To Wagner. Dumped back to McVicker. McVicker to Baker, who goes for three, and no good. And the Raiders try to keep it inside, but McVicker can't. McVicker, a very physical player. Just can't do enough to keep that in. But the Raiders will inbound. Baker with another three, and it's good. 44-20 lead. And that's going to go out of bounds. Take a look at that last three-pointer. Nice job by Emma Baker, number 14. As Renzo looks to inbound. That one won't go. Goes number 34, Glissa Gorder. As we get a few more substitutions. Swanson will check out for the Hastings Raiders. I believe Kafflish checks back in. Apologize, I'm calling this game on a screen while switching everything, so it's kind of hard to keep track of some of the numbers sometimes as Gorder takes a deep three, nowhere to go. As McVicker takes possession, deep pass. Look at that, alley-oop. Nice pass and reception to Emma Baker. 46-20 lead. And that one is good. Nice deep three. That was Cassidy Maynard. As that passes inside the Strain. Back out, deep three. Oh, and that one just rims out. Talk about getting robbed on that one. Let's take a look at the last deep pass from Keegan McVicker all the way down to Baker. She chucks that a mile down the court. That pass does not get any better. 46-23 lead for the Hastings Raiders. 8:05 left to go in this game. And we're going to get a timeout from the Simley Spartans. It will be a full timeout. While we also have a minute, we want to take a minute to thank our sponsors. HCTV Sports is supported by the Hastings Public House. Memories made local. We wouldn't be able to do this without our sports sponsors. They allow us to do what we do. Like I said, this has been one of our most successful sports seasons, and we couldn't have done it without our incredible sponsors. Let's take a, since I didn't get a chance to get to it yet, we'll take a look at the section 3A Simley section. They are third from the bottom, 2-4 overall, 4-20. Excuse me, 2-4 in the section, 4-20 overall. Most likely they'll be taking on one of the St. Paul's, probably either Como or South St. Paul, but we'll have to play it by ear. I'm not as familiar with this Simley Spartan team, but it will be no easy task. But speaking of South St. Paul, they run a really interesting offense. Last year we saw them almost implement full line changes for hockey. And I've never seen a basketball team do that, where it was constantly switching out 4 to 5 players every single substitution. As Simley takes the inbound pass, and that's blocked. Nice block by Natalie Kafflish. .7:45 left to go. Inside pass to Strain, and that one falls out lazily. .7:39 left to go. Once again, we want to thank Town Square Television for taking a file tonight. Obviously, we're having some technical issues, but we really appreciate it nonetheless. .7:30 left to go. 46-23 lead in favor of the Hastings Raiders. .7:14, Bozen, cross-court pass, deep three, and it's good. That was number 34, Glissa Gorder, on the three. She is a sophomore for the Simley Spartans. Nice deep three as McVicker takes control. Deep three, and that's an air ball. As Haley Strain tries to corral it, but nothing doing. Bozen takes it back up court. .640 left to go. Simley looking to set up something. Inside pass, layup. Buck gets it to drop, and that's what the Spartans need right now. 28-46. Gap is getting a little closer, but still a lot of work to do. I'm surprised Simley isn't playing this defense a little more aggressively, unless they want to start working in some of the reserves. As Baker, no good on the three-point shot. As we're going to get a whistle. That'll be a foul as we get another substitution. Renslow will check out. Lawrence will check in for the Simley Spartans. There's a shot of the head coach right there. Apologize for the mistake earlier in the night. Like I said, a lot of moving pieces, as it's 6 minutes left to go in the second half. Fouls 5-2. Hastings with 5, Simley with 2. As Bozen dumps it out. Inside pass, and that's blocked by Baker, but it'll be called a foul. entering bonus level territory here in a minute if the Raiders get another one. And that's kind of the big problem we've seen with this Hastings Raiders team. They do tend to run into foul trouble in these types of games. That's one thing I think this team as a whole could work on is their fouls. But overall, there's a lot to still like with this team. Decent scoring as that one's turned over. Pass from McVicker inside, and we get a couple of Spartans and a Raider down. That's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Hastings possession. And that one goes for the Hastings Raiders. And she'll get the foul as well. So that's going to send Haley Strain to the line once again. She's been living on that free throw line. See if she can get this one to go. First one's a good. As Simley will take possession. 49-28 lead. .5:20 left to go. Bozen passes it out to Maynard, who passes it out to Gorder. Back to Bozen. Inside pass to Buck. Buck can't get that to go. And that'll once again be Raider possession. And this is the exact type of game you want to have if you're Hastings. The game before sections to gain some momentum as McVicker goes to the ground. And she will go to the free throw line. But like I said, this is a big momentum building game. You know, you can look at the opponent, how the difficulty of the opponent, but still, you want to have a good win going into playoffs, no matter who your opponent is, just to get that high energy basketball going. And previously, Hastings was on an 8-game winning streak until they played Matamidi, when they snapped that, and they've lost their previous 2 since then. As McVicker gets that one to go. Simley takes it back up court. And that's going to be a foul. That was on Catholic, so that will put us into the bonus. Simley is the first one to reach that mark. With 4:46 left to go. First one is good, so she will get a second. That's Lawrence at the line. Simone Lawrence. Second one won't go. That'll be Raider possession. Hastings on the attack. Catholic back to Wagner. Thought about it for a second, but doesn't take the shot. Baker inside the arc, dumps it back out to Wagner. Inside pass. 3, no good. Raiders take possession back once again. Wagner. Outside pass to Catholic. Catholic to Wagner. To Notch. Can she keep it in? She does. And that's to Reuter. Back out to Baker. Baker takes it in. Back out to Reuter. Inside pass to Baker. Baker gets the 2 to go. Baker's having herself a night as the Raiders take a 53-29 lead over the Simley Spartans. Bozen with a jumper, and that won't go. Turnover as Notch takes possession for the hometown Raiders. Catholic dumped out to Wagner, back to Catholic, to Baker. Baker back to Catholic. Out to Wagner. Inside pass to Reuter. Reuter tries to get some mustard on it, but it won't go. And she will go to the line. Simley 2 fouls away from giving Hastings some bonus time. That's an air ball. As number 21, Monica Cheney, checks in for the Hastings Raiders. As she looks for a second one. And that one is no good as well. Bozen. Passed out to Petchka, I believe. Apologize if I'm butchering that name. And Catholic inside pass to Notch. Notch gets it for 2. .246 left to go in the game. Raiders have a pretty heavy lead and should win this one. Never say never, but it would have to take a miracle I've never seen before for the Spartans to get back into this one. As Bozen is surrounded by Raiders, dumped back out. Great pass. As Bozen inside pass to, that was Gorder, Gwyn Gorder. You know, there's 2 Gorders on this team, and they both have to be G names, so they're not making it too easy on me tonight. So we apologize about that. Good shot of Coach Hansen. Believe Catholic might have just fouled out. Hence all the claps as Raiders lose control. Just a reminder, our upcoming broadcast is planned for the opening round of girls basketball sections for the Hastings Raiders. Like I said, most likely they will be taking on Park either from Hastings High School or at Park of Cottage Grove. Regardless, we're going to look to be there if we possibly can, but we will keep you posted on our social media pages if we are allowed to. As the Simley Spartans looking to get some new faces in there. Thinking they're getting some of the JV squad, some varsity minutes. Raiders doing something similar as Notch takes it up court. Fight for possession, and that's going to be turned back over. Reuter. To Cheney, back to Jackson. Jackson gets it for 3. Simley looking to make this score look a little bit better on paper with a minute left to go. Taking their time. Raiders playing tight as that one's poked away by Monica Cheney. Also want to take a minute to shout out our other camera operator who we have not seen on camera yet tonight, Ian Andersack, or had a dedicated shot to, I should say. He's been ball retrieving down there tonight. The new floor cam is pretty, it's an interesting angle to have, but you are in ball territory, so you got to be a little careful of that. As we're going to get a free throw. .35 left to go in the game. Hastings Raiders a pretty commanding lead. Raiders on the attack, looking to get another score before this one wraps. 10 seconds left to go. And they get that to go for 2. Putting up the 60 spot on the Simley Spartans. Simley looking to get one more shot off, and that one doesn't go. The Hastings Raiders will take a huge victory over the Simley Spartans, 60-29 in the final game of the regular season for both teams. The Raiders played extremely well tonight, exactly what they needed to do going into the postseason. Simley will have no easy task as well moving into the playoffs. However, you never know, it's high school basketball. I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. And like I said, the Raiders are looking to take on, my guess would be Park, either home or away on Wednesday, March 1st. But we will keep you updated on that. So with that, we're going to send it out tonight. Shout out to our broadcast crew. Max Slocum, Ian Andersack, and Will Celine on the cameras. I'm Hunter Pinky, doing everything tonight. I'm the sports producer, director, announcer, and doing graphics and replay. Thank you for bearing with me tonight. I know it wasn't super easy, but we really appreciate having you guys along for the ride. It's incredibly fun doing this, but sometimes in a bind, it can be a little chaotic. But we want to do the best we can for away crowd, home crowd. And while I have a minute in this winter season, in case we don't get another broadcast in, we put a lot of effort into these, and Hastings has been a fantastic community and has been hugely supportive of no matter what sport we've chosen to cover. And it's a great feeling, and it makes it all worth it for us to do here at HCTV. So that'll wrap us up. Hastings defeats the Simley Spartans 60-29. And you have been watching HCTV Sports. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next time.